Hi Scorpio, and welcome to your shadow reading. Okay, so what does Scorpio need to be aware of? What does Scorpio need to be aware of? Wait, leave her or put it back in the deck. One more shuffle. Spirit over here doing too much. No? This is side conscious. Conscious. Wait, this is what? No. No. This is no. What's the last thing Scorpio needs to be aware of? Okay, Scorpio, so you have sacrifice, blinded to pain, envious gluttony, hiding your true self, bride in a cage, anger, and chains. Scorpio, are y'all okay? Because this is your reading, but I'm getting a mixed match of energy, like you don't know how you feel or you don't know which way to go. You don't know who has your back and who wants to see you in a corner. Oh, okay. You're sacrificing a lot of your time and energy on things you don't necessarily need to be doing. Scorpio, you can't ask for one door to open without another one closing. It's like you're trying to keep a door open just a smidge while you're embracing a new opportunity over here somewhere else. Until you're finally secured in that new opportunity, then you're going to let the door close. That's not how it works. You can't be halfway in and halfway out. If you're going to move forward with something, you got to be willing to let the past, whatever you need to leave in the past, you need to be willing to let it go. And let that door close, even if it's uncertain if the other door is going to remain open. But it's like you don't want to. It's like you don't want to do that. You're in denial that you can have your foot in both worlds and everything work out okay. But Spirit's saying that's not how energy moves. You're not supposed to be stagnant, trying to be stagnant in one area and then hope for a brand new opportunity elsewhere. You have to participate in the flow of energy by moving forward with the new opportunity, whether it be a new friend, new relationship, new job. For some of you, it's not even a new job. It's more of it's a new opportunity to make to be financially stable, but it's not It could either be a side hustle, a side gig, or you just taking a chance on yourself and doing what you love, but you're not entirely sure how it's going to work out. But still, you don't want to let that 9 to 5 go. And be willing to take a chance on yourself, see, because you don't want to risk you failing. You don't want to sacrifice your job and risk you failing, falling flat on your face, and then have to find your way back to the job. In regards to your conscious thoughts and influences, you have blinded to pain and envious gluttony. Whatever you was blinded to in the past, you're not blind to it anymore. It's like you took the veil off, took the mask off of your eyes, you removed the rose-colored glasses, you look down at yourself and like, what the fuck am I looking at? You're looking at yourself wondering, when did you get so many scars? How many times have you been cut this deep? It's like, you had your eyes closed for so long, and now that you're examining yourself, looking over yourself, looking over the damaged pieces bit by bit, you're acknowledging all the pain and suffering you went through, but on a superficial scale. You haven't yet probed deeper to know how your trauma has really affected you. So yeah, you're coming to accept that damage has been done, harm has been done to you, but you're not there yet where you fully understand all the ways it has harmed you or how it has impacted your life. That you're still working through. And in regards to envious gluttony, whatever it is with this new opportunity, whether it be your job or the new opportunity that you're scared to move forward with, you may not have started it with pure intentions. You did it to make someone jealous, to make someone envious, to have somebody eat their words or regret their past actions. For some of you, it did work, because it changes to you're taking pride and satisfaction that the person over here is now jealous and you're not giving them the time of day. You sometimes catch them giving you a side eye, like they're glancing in your direction, but you're pretending not to care, you're pretending not to notice because you want them to see you, you want them to see what you're doing, you want them to be this. Oh, Scorpio. You're kind of doing it in a little bit of a toxic way. Because how do you want somebody's attention, but you're pretending not to notice that they're giving you attention? You start off doing something because you want to make them mad, you want to make them jealous, you want to make them envious, like to eat their words over. But the best revenge you can have on somebody is to just do you. Let that shame, embarrassment, humiliation come on its own. But apparently karma is moving too slow for you. Anyway, for others of you, yes, still you didn't start with pure intentions, but over time, you cared less about them being jealous and more about you doing things in your own way. Yeah, second Scorpio, you know which side you would fall on, because the second storyline I'm also picking up on is that the more you engage in this new opportunity, the more you move forward with it, testing the waters, trying it out, see what works, what doesn't work, and what you're capable of, the less you cared about this other person being jealous or not. And you're starting to care less about what it is that they have, or what it is they're doing. You may still feel like they're watching you, but at the same time, you don't give a fuck. Because at the end of the day, it's not going to change what it is you're doing. Mm. So yeah, now I see how it's going for you, Scorpio. For those of you who are doing what you're doing to make somebody else jealous and pretending not to notice that they're over here giving you attention, y'all are half in and half out with this new opportunity. Now, this new opportunity is meant for you, yes, but you're doing it for impure reasons. That's probably why you feel the need to hold on to what you need to let go of and leave behind, and scared that you're going to fall flat on your face. You're not moving with pure intentions. So what this new opportunity is doing for you may not be working out entirely in your favor as much as it could be. But for those of you who stopped caring about this person being jealous, stop caring about them being envious, it's like a slow transition for you. The more you engage with the new opportunity, the more you move forward with it, the more you release what you need to let go of. Yeah. Spirit is also saying that you're transmuting your pain two different ways, Scorpios, because apparently there's two different sets of Scorpios I'm reading for. The ones that are focusing more on their new opportunity and less about somebody else, you're taking your pain and changing it into something positive, something to learn from, and using it as a way to teach and guide others, and because thinking of ways you can use your pain to help and guide other people, how it's made you stronger, and the lessons you have to teach. Whereas others of you Scorpio, the ones that are intentionally trying to make somebody jealous, it's like you're taking your pain and rubbing it in somebody's face. Look at what you can't have because it's all that you've done to me. Like, are they one contributing factor of your pain? Yes. Are they the sole cause of your pain? Not entirely. They contributed to it, but they're not the sole reason behind it. But it's like you're taking your pain and hopefully just throwing it in your face and blaming them for it. Now look what you can't have. Look what I can do. I'm better than you. I'm smarter than you. I'm greater than you. Don't you wish that you can come back and sit next to me? Okay, Scorpio. Anyway, for your subconscious thoughts and influences, you have hiding your true self. You're not hiding yourself anymore. You are, but you aren't. Subconsciously, there are some aspects of yourself that you're still keeping hidden. Not because you're scared of what people may see, but more of how you yourself will interpret it. There's a level of vulnerability that you're not willing to risk at any given time. Not because others will view you differently, but because you yourself. It's like letting people see your wounded child. your wounded inner child. Yeah, Scorpio, you may still have some healing to do. Because you're not willing to show all aspects of yourself. Some of it you're still keeping deep and buried, whereas other parts of you, the parts you may have been embarrassed by, people try to judge you for, you're letting it out into the light of day and not caring about the criticism you receive back. But Spirit's also saying that you're still hiding critical, important aspects of yourself. You can't be all of you if you're still hiding parts of you. You also have Bride in a Cage. Yeah, however your life is, it's not what you want it to be. It's not that you're not happy, it's not that you're not satisfied, it's just not what you want for yourself. You don't want the picture perfect image that everybody else craves. You want a version of life that's best for you. You transitioned away from denial. Some of you went through the 5 stages of death: denial, depression, anger, bargaining, acceptance. Where some of you went straight from denial to acceptance, where you're not capable of changing your life, that you're stuck in the situation you find yourself in, to accepting that you are fully capable of changing your experience. You're fully capable of changing your life, that you can take matters into your own hands. But again, this is on a subconscious level, so for some of you, not all of you. Actually, no, for some of you, this does drift into your conscious mind from time to time. And that's what's fueling you to take the pain you've experienced and transmute it into something positive, something good, and to focus on your self-worth. Others of you, the other storyline of you, where y'all are the ones that are taking it a little bit longer and going through the 5 stages of death. The denial, depression, anger, bargaining. Those of you that are intentionally trying to make somebody jealous, over a longer course of time, you'll transition away from that as well. But after you go through the 5 stages, because currently right now you're not transmuting your pain into something beneficial for yourself and to others. You're sitting in it and letting it dictate your next move. You're going from, there's nothing I can do to change this, I'm going to act out my anger. You're sad about everything you went through. You're angry and frustrated. I'm going to take my anger and frustration out on you. To bargaining, okay, maybe I get this back and maybe I'll be fine. To acceptance of, no, this is something I gotta change within myself. It's not you problem, it's a me problem. So yeah, for some of you it's going to take a longer course of months, maybe years. Whereas others of you, this is going to be very, very fast. Again, some of y'all will feel jump straight from denial to acceptance. So y'all would be like a matter of weeks if you haven't reached the acceptance stage already. Well, anyway, on a subconscious level, to help shift your conscious mind. Lastly, you have anger and chains. You are learning to let this go. You've had a lot of anger, resentment. The Scorpios I'm reading for, you have been through a lot of shit in your life, regardless of your age. Because you can have years of life experience before you're the age of 20. And be through a whole lot more than a 40-year-old or 50-year-old at the age of 20, just because of the crappy hand you've been dealt in life. But regardless of your age, you are learning to release that pain and suffering and let it go on a subconscious level. So if you have, Spirit is saying, if you have memories that drift into your conscious mind, things that you'd rather forget about, the things you'd rather not face, your subconscious mind is over rejecting them. So if they come to your conscious mind, it's because your subconscious is trying to purge it from you and out of you. And the only way to do that is to face it, to acknowledge where it's coming from, acknowledge the influence it has over your life, and work through the pain. Yeah, Spirit's not trying to hit you with everything at once. Your subconscious mind is not trying to hit you everything at once. But throwing the stuff that you can't handle at this current moment in time, that is the most important for you to deal with in the here and now. So yeah, with this being a subconscious mind, that could be why you're now consciously becoming aware of all the pain that you've been through over the course of your lifespan. Instead of being numb to it, instead of being blind to it, you're starting to see it for yourself. Alright, let's see what Spirit has to say to Scorpio. What does Spirit have to say to Scorpio? Dang. Wait, not something you need to know. This is side note. Wait, main, side, or back in the deck? Okay, what does Spirit have to say to Scorpio? What does Spirit have to say to Scorpio? Okay. So you have initiation, 8 of water, and the elemental of air. There it is. I had to remind myself. Initiation in this deck is Judgment. And you have it overlaying Sacrifice, Blinded to Pain, and Envious Gluttony. Some of y'all are not going to like this, but Scorpio, Spirit is saying they are judging you fairly. Regardless of whether you're experiencing it, whether you feel yourself having a positive experience or bad experience, the universe is judging you fairly based on your intentions. You're under divine judgment right now. It's like whatever this new opportunity whatever this new opportunity is for you, it was meant to happen in the way it happened, and it's like a divine test to see how you would respond, how you would handle it. Although y'all didn't necessarily start off with pure intentions, some of you did stop focusing on others and started focusing on self and benefiting those around you, whereas others of you, it comes off as hurt people, so you're not receiving anything good for that. The energy that you're putting out, the reason behind what you're doing, your intention for what it is you're doing, is what matters at this point. If your intention is to make somebody jealous, is to make somebody feel hurt, ashamed, embarrassed, that's the energy you will receive back, and you will not be prosperous in that action. Spirit will not allow it, because you're not doing the right thing. You're not using this gift, you're not using this opportunity wisely. You're squandering it on over a petty squabble, is what they're saying. Now, Scorpio, I don't know what this person did to tick you off. I don't know how bad or serious that situation was, but Spirit is saying, let it be. It's time to let it go. And this was a test to see if you were capable of doing that. And where you go from here. In regards to the 8 of water, you have it overlaying Blinded to Pain, Hiding Your True Self, and Bride in a Cage. You are fully capable of making change. You're enticing the universe to assist and support you in making a change. While you're putting out the energy, you're also doing the work on your end to make a change that you desire. Yeah. The way Spirit is showing it to me, you're taking all your past pain, all your past trauma, the lessons you've learned, the joyous moments in your everyday life, your ability to live in the present moment. It's like you're taking all of that and creating something new. Reshaping your reality as you see fit. For the version of life you want to live in. So yeah. I already said that for some of you this process is going to take longer. For some of you it's going to be a matter of weeks. But you are taking the effort. You are making an effort, taking steps regardless of whether they're big or small, to change your present moment and your overall experience of life, to make it into something that you desire, that you deem is worth living, that you can have a happy moment in. You know. You lastly, overlaying envious gluttony, bride in a cage, and anger and chain. You have elemental of air. If you haven't received it already, you may be receiving it in the near future. For those of you that are moving a little slower along, it may take a matter of months, or it'll happen over a course of months in short bursts. Alright, so you know what, Spirit, one storyline at a time. Okay, for those Scorpios that jumped from denial to acceptance, the ones that's focusing more on transmuting their pain into something positive, you can expect a burst of energy from the universe, one that fosters communication, commitment, a deeper level of understanding. It's like they're priming the energy around you for you to expand your thinking, expand your knowledge, and grow and become more consciously aware. Your words are going to be important at this time, so you're also going to be developing communication skills with the energy that they provide you, with the energy they send your way in the upcoming future. It's like you're not going to be scared to speak during this time or after. You're going to use your voice in a healthy and positive way and encourage others to do the same. Now, for those of you that are coming along a little more slowly, where you're actually going through the 5 stages, that big burst of energy is actually going to be broken up into smaller amounts over the course of months. Because if they give it to you all at once, you won't be able to handle it. You'll reject it, you'll refuse it, you'll throw it in the trash. You won't be able to use it wisely. So it's like they gotta give you small bursts. So the universe gotta give you small bursts at a time to promote verbal communication within yourself and with others, mental clarity and understanding, deeper knowledge and self-reflection, build upon your level of self-awareness, so you can your level of consciousness can grow gradually instead of all at once. The more you grow, the more they will provide you the next go around when it's time to deliver another burst of mental clarity. Let's see, as far as your side message, you have Black Flower Fragrance, Alone in the World, Ace of Fire, the Sun, and the 9 of Air. So for Black Flower Fragrance and Alone in the World, you're spending time in isolation. For some of you, it's self-imposed. For But for a vast majority of you, it's more of it's more of Spirit's doing. It's more of your higher powers doing, keeping you alone and isolated from other people. You need that time to think. You need to be able to sit with you. Yeah, you don't like it. You do not like it, Scorpio. You don't. Some of y'all have a deep-seated hatred for the position you find yourself in, where you may have family members or friends, but you feel miles away from them, and you don't like this energy that you're currently moving in. But Spirit is saying you need to move in isolation. You need to be separated from those around you, because there's too many chefs in the kitchen. There's too many voices in your ear. By having you walk this journey on your own, with no one else beside you, you can see both the beauty of your life and what's been acting as a fertilizer to all the rotten fruit and dead trees. Okay, so in a sense, Spirit is saying that you need this time alone, away from everybody else, because it's helping you to see what's gone unnoticed all these years of your life. Your past trauma, your negative way of thinking, your bad habits, the patterns you're looped in that you keep on repeating over and over and over again, and wondering why you fail, or why people turn against you. Some of it is attributed to your own behavior, to your way of being, that you haven't realized in the past. But because you're now moving in isolation, because you're separated from those around you, you have no choice but to face it. You have no choice but to see it. Yeah, there's no way around this. You gotta walk through the valley of death that you created in your own fucking life. There's no reviving. Spirit saying there's no reviving the dead, but you can take your energy and plant a new seed somewhere else, somewhere more healthy and beneficial for you, and watch how you grow and flourish in that new environment. Scorpio, you have inner work to do, apparently. You also have Ace of Fire, which would be the Sun, 9 of Air. This is runes. Alone in the world, you're finally free and unrestricted to blaze brightly and beautifully, and let people around you see the amazing glow about you. So yeah, before, Scorpio, you may have restricted yourself. You wasn't, like, what you're allowing yourself to show right now. If you was never the center of attention before, you're finding ways to be in the spotlight without being directly in the spotlight, or you're forcing yourself out in the open to actually stand in the spotlight and find your comfortability in it. You're talking more, expressing yourself more, showing different aspects of yourself you never dreamed of doing. But also with the 9 of Air here, it speaks to receiving new information that you're not quite ready to receive, but Spirit knows you're able to handle it. Now, some of you may have been asking for more information, whether it be about yourself, a situation, the new opportunity you have, or this past connection you had with this person over here. Some of y'all may have been asking for information. And apparently it's not information you're ready to receive, but information that pertains to you, your own self-growth, your own self-development, your own, and satisfying your own wish fulfillments. It's like Spirit is picking and choosing what you're able to reach. Like if there's information that you need to know but you're not yet ready for it, it's being withheld for you, while Spirit lowers a different branch, something you are ready to know, regardless of whether or not you're able to handle it or not. It's like Spirit wants to see how well you handle the information they provide you. Because the way it's coming off, you're going through a testing phase to see how consciously awakened you are. If you act out an emotional rage, you're not ready to handle the rest of the information they have to provide to you. Whereas others of you, if you acknowledge your emotions, if something makes you upset, infuriated, but you don't necessarily act on it, you accept your emotions for what they are and use the information once received. Spirit knows it's safe to give you more important information that can lead to emotional turmoil, because you've already shown that you're able to handle yourself, regardless of how upset the information makes you. Okay, so you know what? Let's see what the overall advice is for Scorpio. What is the advice for Scorpio? Wait. Let it go back in the deck or let it fly? Any other advice for Scorpio? Okay. No. This is another side or main? Side or main? Side, main, or back in the deck? Back in the deck you go. Wait. Yes, Spirit's saying this is all you need to know at this present moment in time. So nothing else for Scorpio. Just double. You too, Scorpio. You have Ma'at for judgment. No, because Cancer got this card as well for one of the overall advice. But for you, Scorpio, the scales are not in balance, Scorpio. It's not so much an advice, but it's an advice for some, but a warning for others. You think your scales are in balance, but they're not compared to what the universe is holding, to what Spirit is holding. So for those of you where this is more of a warning than advice, you may think you're justified in your actions, your behaviors, your way of thinking, your way of doing things, especially if you're engaging in behaviors or engaging in this opportunity for the sole purpose of getting under somebody else's skin. what I'm hearing, what's fair is fair. You're evening the playing field. No, the heck you're not, because you do not have pure intentions. And you're being advised to judge yourself how your higher power would judge you. Judge yourself how spirit would judge you. Are your intentions pure? Are your actions beneficial or hurtful and harmful? True, what's best for you is not always best for everybody else. But at no point in time should you intentionally cause harm to another for the sake of lifting yourself higher. Yeah, spirit pays very close attention to the level of intention in every thought and deed, and right now the scales are not in balance. You have more to make up for than you realize, whereas for those of you where this is advice, you are being divinely guided and judged based on your actions. Your actions, your level of intent, and the faith you have in spirit. The way it's coming across is that you are being tested in some way, shape, or form. That you're being tested, and spirit judging how far along you will progress, how quickly they'll move you forward based on how you handle each test they throw at you, each test they give you. It's not so much as a pass and fail, it's more of seeing where you're currently at and how much further you need to go and how fast they can move you along. But what you don't see on your side is that the more you progress, the higher the scale tips in your favor. Because you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're doing the inner and outer work. You're taking the bad and turning it into something good. You are learning from past mistakes. You are learning the lessons that the spirit is trying to teach you without retaliation or your pride and ego getting in the way. Interesting reading by Scorpio. This is the reading that I have for you. I do hope you liked it or at least gained some insight from it. If you did, please hit the like and subscribe button as there are more videos to come. That being said, I shall catch you in the next one. Bye, Scorpio.